Okay, so water signs and the decans. Just to review, decans are the month you're born in, divided into 10-day sequences. So there's 3 parts, and each one of those parts has a different flavor to it. If you're born in one of the parts, that flavor tends to come more naturally to you. But no matter what part you're born in the month, it represents the full evolution of the sign. So you will be working with that energy as you go and evolve. So water signs, Cancer. Cancer 1, June 21st until the 30th. This is classic Cancer, so they are, very emotional. They're very loving, very nurturing. Homebody, love to be cozy, warm, loving, but can easily go into martyrdom and, blame or victimhood when they feel like their emotional needs are not reciprocated or met. So they need to be careful about that. Cancer, July 1st through the 10th, now goes into being influenced by Scorpio. So here's a very intense Cancer energy where they tend to be more interested in the darker, deeper, more transformational aspects of life. All Cancers are intuitive, highly intuitive in the Scorpio. This is oftentimes a very psychic placement for Cancers. And really interested in transformation and growth. Can be Cancers that are more likely to need also time to recalibrate alone. That can be important for this placement. The last part of Cancer, July 11th through the 22nd, is aspected by Pisces. So this is more of a social Cancer. This is one that, is more in the fantasy, in the playfulness, in their imagination. Really likes to, it's a natural curiosity about different types of people, different emotional realities as well. So they're definitely dreamers, highly creative, highly intuitive, but they also can feel ungrounded more easily and have a hard time kind of making decisions or sticking with things because they see things from so many different perspectives. So that's one thing that they can work on in this area, but it is the full evolution of Cancer adding into this Pisces element to really know their intuitive, empathic self and the visionary aspect of that and how much they can use that to kind of bring a lot of magic into their life and magic into the lives of others around them and seeing what else is possible in this kind of fantastical way. Being very connected to the other side as well, being connected to their dreams, all these different things. Highly, highly creative. Cancers can be extremely creative people. Okay, so moving on to the next water sign is Scorpio. So Scorpio from October 23rd through November 1st, that's classic Scorpio. So very deep, very emotional, very interested in light and dark, the power of transformation, the underworld, the mysterious things, the highest highs, the lowest lows, and everything in between, that full experience of the emotional reality of life. As Scorpio moves forward, they go from November 2nd through November 11th, and that is heading into Pisces. So adding that Pisces element creates a deeper relationship with their emotions, and also with seeing an ability to go more into their fantasies, their dreams, the more positive aspects of things. So it helps them kind of shift or raise their vibration more easily instead of getting kind of stuck in the mud or in repetitive patterns of like just seeing the intensity of life. Also very creative when they tap into this. The final chapter for Scorpio is from November 12th through the 21st, and that's using Cancer on top of it. So the nurturing quality of Cancer really comes through here, and Scorpio begins to unveil its full power, which is really, they are so comfortable and not afraid of the power of transformation, of, accepting and healing the shadow side, of integrating the different aspects of ourselves, that when you add this Cancer energy, they have an ability to help others be able to do the same, to accept the totality of who they are and not be scared by intense emotions and processes and things like that. So that's how Scorpio will evolve through the sign. And last but not least, we have Pisces. So Pisces 1 is going to be February 19th through the 29th. So that's your classic Pisces. very dreamy, very fantasy, very, you know, just has such a rich and vibrant, for lack of a better word, you know, fantasy world, that they're tapped into multiple dimensions and realities, and they can go there in a second. And so they have an experience of life that can be really magical, really creative, really visionary, but also can be very challenging because it can be hard for them to land, hard for them to ground, hard for them to really find themselves and pick like where they're at, like what is my location so that people can feel me, and that I also can now create, physically create the things that I'm imagining here, and kind of make a choice and stick with it. This comes out more as we go into the second part of Pisces, which is March 1st through the 10th, and that's in Cancer. So as we add Cancer, there's more of a desire to take, you know, the dream world of Pisces and then connect with people, be nurturing, kind of share that vision, share those realities with others, and start to connect with people on an emotional level that is more here, that's you're really with, you know, this 3D world. Its final chapter goes into Scorpio, and that is March 11th through the 20th. So now we have that intensity, so intuition on level 1000, empathy on level 1000, not being afraid to actually get your hands in there and start really actually working with other people, you know, being invested emotionally with others, holding space for people, building beautiful realities, creating incredible stories, incredible songs, you know, things that you can really strike a chord with people emotionally because you have this big vision, but you're also, you know, really invested in pulling that through into a concrete experience, a connective experience with people. So that concludes all of the water signs. Did I get them all? Yes, I did. And these are the decans.